Take two, baby. It's this is Sky Sports. The live streamer is getting slagged off by the opening break player. If anybody can hear that, who knows? Hopefully we've not delayed it by too many million minutes. I think it was a slightly dodgy Wi-Fi connection, which was the problem. So we shall see. We'll see if we go on for more than about a minute. Chris Cox is giving me the finger, which is lovely. It's my way that I go to bed, which is lovely. Chris Cox. So, well, that's one hell of a start. And my live stream is right in the eye line of Martin Smith, and I don't think I've turned the sound off the laptop as well, which probably won't help. But here we are, all fun and games, isn't it, at the Sussex Open. So we have a final between two former Open winners. Highly exciting. Martin Smith here at the table won the Northants Open in, I believe, 2022. I think he might have... Who did he beat? I think he might have beaten Martin Cole in the final. Although I'm happy to stand corrected. While Geoff Jukes has been a three-time runner-up at the All England Championship, but he also has one Open win under his belt. The Charity Shield, Charity Open Singles, whatever it was called, in 1992, which is quite remarkable that he's in his second Open final, only, 34 years later. But he has been in absolutely fine form today, as has Martin, to be fair. Martin, who is here at the start, he had a very tricky opening draw, and that's an excellent recovery as well, to be fair to him. So yeah, we want a good old. There is a bit of Sussex bias in the crowd. A certain Sussex. Oh my God! What happened there? We were expecting a slightly slow scoring final, but this is exceptional. Hopefully Martin can recover, because goodness only knows what is happening here. Mr. Mepham is showing me the slight delay. Yes, Martin's been on an excellent run today. He played against Martin Cole in his first match, and we have a little tipsters competition which quite often goes on. And I think pretty much everybody fancied Coley to get through that, but Smithy, as is often his way, just very coolly accumulated his points. I didn't see the match, so I don't really know what happened. But he got through that, which was an excellent win, and then he beat Sean Stratford in the last 32, and a victory over John Scoons in the last 16. And after that, he had a quarter-final match over on table 1 against a flying Damien Coates. Damien Coates was absolutely superb today. He beat Nigel Senior by almost 20,000 points in the last 16. Quite brilliant effort by Damien. But in what was a very kind of to and fro game, especially the second leg, there were pegs galore. Martin just about got over the line. There's a couple of profanities thrown about in there as well. But Martin got over the line, and then he had a semi-final against Bob Hall. As we say goodbye to the Salfords Y contingent, they wave wonderfully at me and gracefully walk past. Toodaloo never looks like he's had a couple, as is usual. And he's even stopped to stare at me. Unbelievable. Yes, so Martin then played a little whip out the 100 there, and this when Martin was playing Bob Hall in the semi-finals, he got to about 9k and left a ball here. He was 3k down from the first leg, got to 9, so he was about 6 up, and he didn't get the balls back from here, but he kept them from here. But this is so early on in the final. Is that just going to bounce off the cushion? It is. Excellent shot there from Martin. And now can he run the red through down towards the 30 pocket? It almost looks like he's looking at whether he can split round the peg. I'm not convinced that shot is quite on, so he might well push it down. It might be tricky to get 2 balls. He's hit it. Oh, what a brilliant shot. Absolutely superb there to get both down the table. And here's a chance here to recover the break. He's just whipped out the 30. Oh, goodness gracious me! Who would have believed it? A slight head shake from Martin Smith and a roar of appreciation from the Sussex crowd that you can probably see behind you. There's Joe Oakley has just called himself the Sussex Clown, which is very good of him to nominate himself in that role.
I think it begins with a C.
Yes, Greg agrees that it does begin with a C, Joe's main name, but we're not going to end in. We're not going to fill in what might come after that. Anyway, hopefully Martin will settle down now here. He's got an opportunity at the 100 split. And that looks good. Martin into the groove, which is lovely. So maybe we can talk about our other finalist, Geoff Jukes, as I say, a former Open winner with Charity Shield in 1992. He's a Surrey player. He's one of what is it? It's now four players from Surrey to have won Opens before. Terry Oakley, of course, won the World Championships in 1996. Probably the greatest Surrey achievement there has been. Gary Powell, Oxford Open champion in 2015. Myself here, solo in the commentary box, have been lucky enough to take 2 Opens in 2025, and Geoff is he really is the darling of Redhill. The main man, 1992 Charity Open winner, an 8-time winner of our Redhill Open singles, absolute legend. And I think it would be just if he could rack up a second win. Geoff's route to the final has been excellent. Just like Martin, he's had a few tricky games to get through. He had an opening round fixture against Matthew Knight, who is usually my co-commentator, but he's decided to make the plate final, which is a bit selfish of him. I think it's probably fair to say. But yes, an excellent victory against Matthew Knight. It was a bit scrappy. Matt had his chances. Geoff lost almost 7k in that game, but still managed to get through. And from there, he kind of got into his groove. I can't remember exactly who he played in the 32 and 16. But in the quarterfinals, he came up against the, I believe, 4-time under-30s, All England under-30s champion Daniel Wheel. Chased down 12k. He made, I think it was about 14 to get over the line there, and then he played the 2-time world champion Paul Sainsbury in the semi-finals. Chris Cox is off on his little wander. He's claimed no interest in the plate so far this year, but he does seem to be wandering in that direction. It's a well attended plate final. You've got Team Jones supporting Liam, so it's I say we have Surrey representation in both finals, so we will try and keep you abreast of the scores on Table 8, which is taking the plate final. Liam Jones is in action for Surrey, and Merstham Village Club B Bandit Matthew Knight is also there. He is Liam's opponent representing Sussex, so 2 Surrey v Sussex finals. Quite excitingly. There is a slight lack of co-commentators around, sadly. I'm not sure if I can really pull anyone in at the moment. I'm slightly terrified of the opportunity to let Joseph Oakley loose on the microphone, as is he can be slightly unfiltered, can't he? He can be slightly unfiltered, but we love him for that. I should probably also keep abreast of whether there are any comments, so let me actually watch the live stream myself as well, so that I can check whether there are any comments coming in from you. Martin is now up to 5k is what he's on to. He's tootling along. Chris Oakley has commented. He's a regular commenter, which is lovely. It's good to see you along with us. He's commented Barry Holt. Yes, well, Barry Holt won the West Sussex Open, of course. That was his maiden Open victory, and he took that as the maiden Open of the year. I guess we could run through the Opens of the year. We of course had that excellent final between Barry Holt and Kurt Driver, where Barry took his maiden Open in West Sussex. Kent was Nigel Senior, I believe. Was it Nigel? Well, it might have been Matt Jones. Oh, I don't even know. Actually, to be fair, actually, there's a little leaflet that Nigel put together, so I can probably tell you it was Matt Jones who won the Kent Classic, and Nigel, of course, won the Surrey Open. We live streamed the Guernsey Open final, very excitingly. I'm getting a wave from the Sussex contingent. How lovely. We even have our West Sussex Open champion in the comments. Good evening to Barry Holt. I hope you're doing well, Barry, and enjoying this exciting final as Martin Smith goes up to 7,000 now on the break. I don't know what the time. I don't know if anybody's got a timer running. Of course, there was a lot of farting about at the start of Martin's break, so it's probably almost 10 minutes gone. But he's kind of got into his rhythm now, hasn't he? He's got 1977 across his back as well. I don't know what the relevance of that is as he takes a wee chalk of the cue. And the bar has gone over in the plate final. We have sat in front of us here is the mighty Jimmy Whittle, who's had an excellent run today. James, haven't you?
I've actually, thank you. Yeah, Winnie, have enjoyed the day.
You've done well. Semi-final of the plate, and it looked like Liam was just a bit too good in the end.
Liam was far too strong for me, and Liam deserved to be in the pay final. Honestly, he paid the table far better than me. Honestly,
well, there's nothing to say to take against James. James has an excellent day. He's had an excellent year. In fact, he's been a very strong member of the Alexandra team in Worthing. And speaking of Worthing, these two, of course, in the final, Martin Smith and Geoff Jukes, are teammates for the Stag's Head A. They are a mighty impressive team. They're captained by the wonderful Mark James. Bob Hall is also, of course, a member. He was a semi-finalist today, of course, beaten by Martin Smith. And who else do we have? We have Jim Millward, who we saw over at the Guernsey Open. Jim is a member of that Stag Head A team. Yeah, so I think sometimes Kev Hall plays. They've a few floating around, but that's kind of the main gist of their team. We've got all comments. Ricky Doodney is watching along. He's supporting the Surrey Open finalists, as you would expect. The Surrey finalists rather than Surrey Open finalists. I can see Matt Knight flying along. I don't know what the score is. I might be able to get an update from someone. Is Martin very well-paced 130 push through there from Smithy. Liam looked like he was going along quite nicely in the first leg. I'll note that due to technical issues on our wonderful live stream, which is yes, very well set up on my laptop camera, the plate final is quite a long way ahead of the main final, which does mean that maybe we'll get a little bit of Matthew Knight later, which might be exciting for our viewers at home. The organiser has also wandered into the room, Stuart Crothers, and we've even got an All England chairman wandering around, prowling, watching the various games that are in motion. Can we have a word from the All England chairman? How have you found the day, Pete?
I think it's been very well organised, as it always is, and tables generally were quite good. The odd table was a bit tricky, but then I think that makes for an interesting competition.
It's part of the course, and there's always one or two tricky, but there's been some pretty good scores, pretty good breaks going around, I'd say.
Yeah, there is. There's been quite a few good breaks. No massive breaks. I don't think there's been a 20,000 break today.
No, I've not seen a 20. I know Dave Jones got 18. I think did Paul get two 18s?
Paul got two 18s, yeah, so in fact they were both the same.
But yeah,
18,710, yes.
He managed to match his own break.
So but I don't know of any other big scores, but the tables have been good. But what I have noticed is that some of the players, especially the better players, they've made a mistake here and there that you wouldn't normally have expected them to make, which I think has been the difference. And there have been some exceptional circumstances. Damien Coates, for example, brilliant,
yeah. Superb against Nigel.
Chris Cox and Nigel, absolutely fantastic. So, and very nearly beat Martin Smith as well. So and obviously Luke Jones over there,
Liam. Yep.
Liam Jones in the plate. Another one that's fantastic. It's good to see a young player doing so well. All right, albeit it was in the plate, but nevertheless it's still a big competition. So
Yeah, and
it's
strong performances from Liam, I think.
It's been a good Open. Been a good Open.
Absolutely wonderful words there from Pete. Thank you very much for that, Pete. Yeah, Liam's had a great day. He did have a. Who did he lose to in the opener? He lost to Sean Stratford, I think, in the opener. But he's kind of not really looked back since then. He's been really flying along, which is great to see. We've got a few more comments. Here's Barry and Chris are going at each other in the comments, which I'll leave you to it. And yes, I agree, Mark. It's good luck should be. Oh my goodness! I've just looked up from Mark James. You distracted me for a moment, and Martin Smith is in the middle of the table. Unbelievable. Hopefully he can just clip it. It's whether it whips around the 100, where it might stay. There's always a grimace on it. He's up to 11,000 is the break now. Apologies, I've been a little bit lax on that. And he just goes around the black. The red goes. Will the white go? Not quite, but it's a brilliant shot. There's a good roar in the crowd from Joe Oakley. And Martin just looks, can he get the balls back? Geoff has just raised himself from his seat, and a lovely little, delightful double kiss there for Smithy. And I'll be honest, I thought leg one had already finished for the plate final, but it appears that Liam Jones is playing the break with only white. So 10, 13. Oh, 10 to Matt, 3 to Liam, I think is what Dave Jones is telling me. I suspect he might even have the commentary in his little earpiece headphone. It's not really earpiece as it is, kind of hearing aid. So maybe he's listening to me. So I believe that's Matt Knight is 10,000 up to Liam Jones's 3,000 in the plate final. Very exciting. And yes, Ricky Martin is handling the challenge really well, isn't he? He's 5-4 up, 5-4 up maybe to Matt. Yes, 5-4 up. Apparently, we've even got Dave Jones. He can maybe give us a little précis of the plate final thus far.
Matt's on 9k and Liam's on 3 with Liam's break to come. So it's all to play for. Liam's had a go at the table, so he's got a good chance.
Looked like he was settled nicely, so hopefully he can give it a good go.
The break shot, catches people out a little bit. He wants to come in front, but yeah, he's doing well. We'll see how it goes.
Excellent. I'm sure Dave can signal to me from the far corner, and I'll try and interpret it for you, but probably poorly, as is the way. But here in the main final, Martin is ticking along nicely. So, yeah, there's Matt Knight is 5.4k up with Liam Jones's break to come in the plate final, while Martin is over 13k on this break as the bar goes. There was a lot of tootling around, and Lynn has joined. Some sisterly love maybe for Jeffrey. I would pass it on, but he's kind of strolling around the back of this arena, ready for his go. This is very much in Geoff Jukes' wheelhouse potential here, I think. It's Martin. I don't think that was deliberate to leave the white there. He probably wanted to just finish it off. Is that last ball? Oh, dear Lord. Well, we'll see what Sleazy puts up on the scoreboard. It's going to be 13 and a bit. It's going to be almost 14 that Geoff is going to chase without having had a shot thus far. Wonderful 100 hole from Martin Smith. I think that was a really, really good play. In fact, the score's just ticked over to 14. Is it 14 exactly? We'll have a quick look at the scoreboard. Is it 14 dead? As Sleazy just fills in the scorecard, 14,000 exactly for Martin Smith. A wonderful break where he kind of used every single potential angle of the table there. It's the whispering Michael Wilson, as Paul Sainsbury does say. I do my best to imitate Ted Lowe, although with a small fraction of the audience, I think it's fair to say. Yes, and yes, Lynn, I can see these posts. Don't you worry. I'm keeping abreast of the situation. Liam is still going over in the plate final. He's probably on. Ooh, hey, oh, he's done a little Stuart Mepham. Beautiful little whip out of the 10 into the 20. Yes, I've got it open here. Don't worry, Jean. Jean is behind me, which is wonderful. Yeah. I think Jean is ready for a holiday. She thinks she's drunk when she's not, which is quite impressive, really. But I think we'll keep a good eye on Geoff to start, because this is going to be a crucial part of the match here. As Geoff tries to settle in, so that's 3 breaks, the one up to come. Nice pace, plenty of opportunity for the white to get there. And can he find that angle for the 100 split first up? He can. Beautiful. That'll be a real confidence boost. A nice little settler for Geoff. He's had quite a few of these chases already today. Well, he's just had to tootle along to that kind of just over 10k mark. So this is, as I say, I think this is one. If Geoff runs it out, he will be very, very happy. I think he will be champion. But you never know. You never know. It's one slight mistake, one bad shot, and the game is open. But of course, with Martin making 14, there will be the opportunity for Geoff to come back if he does make a mistake. But we shall see. We also have the mighty Carruthers in the area. We're wondering what the high break of the tournament thus far is. Can you fill us in, Stuart?
Yeah, the high break is currently tied at the moment with 2 breaks of exactly 18,710.
Does the winner get double the prize money?
No, the winner's getting half the prize money, but the winner is actually the same person, with Paul Sainsbury getting 2 identical breaks earlier in the tournament in his last 64 and his last 32 match. So with 18,710, and
is that the prize money?
No, unfortunately not. No, that's my prize money for running this event. Of course, unless Geoff speeds up and gets beyond that in this final, then Geoff would claim both the Sussex Open title and the high break.
I tell you what, I will give you 100 Great British pounds if Geoff Jukes goes past that break in this effort, and I'll shake your hand on that. It doesn't want to take the shake, but I will give him 100 Great British pounds if that happens. I think that's slightly unlikely, but of course Geoff doesn't need that. That is why he will plod along. And we have 2 Surrey players on both tables looking to overturn deficits. Of course, Liam, as we said, was 5.4 behind. Oh, Stuart's coming back.
I've also just been informed that I have to mention how brilliant Joe Oakley is and how Worthing wouldn't have won the Interleague without his superb captaincy. He is my hero. What more can I say? What a legend he is.
It's a shame that the viewers can't see the gun to Stuart's head at that exact moment, but apparently Joe is now going to buy Stuart a drink for that piece of Putin-esque propaganda. But that's what we like to see, and it's a very happy Worthing A captain. I'm sure he'll be. Well, he has been cheering on Mr. Smith vociferously over the course.
I assume people have seen the Facebook posts of Joe's celebration last night of.
I suspect there's a few people who have seen that he clearly went to a bowling alley with people I didn't recognise, but I'm sure he was having a lovely time. Although Jean Brackenridge is going to show me something. She's showing me a link that I sent in WhatsApp. I'm not sure this is particularly good for commentary. I don't. Okay, I'm going to sort Jean out in a minute. Apparently, we'll go to the toilets, and I'll sort Jean out. Apparently, as Geoff recovers the balls, I don't quite know how he got there, but because Jean is in a slightly drunk but not actually drinking mood, which is quite entertaining. Anyway, I see Matthew Knight is at the table. What's the difference? I wonder if Dave will give me a little signal for what Liam's opening break was. We'll see if we can. He's appear to be staring intently at the table. And Geoff is over 3k here. He's tootling along quite nicely. He want to find that split again, because I presume I did miss what he did, but he went down the back, possibly a 10 or a 20 split. I would guess he'll want to get the 100 split, which he does, which is a nice little settler. Matt is off the table, so I don't know what Liam got as his opener. I'm looking intently into the corner, but there's no fingers being pointed my way, which is a nice change. Very exciting. Have we got any more comments? Ricky Doodney is cheering on his Surrey teammate, as you would expect. As I say, Geoff going for a second Open title, his first in a remarkable 34 years. Charity Open singles he won. Stuart Crothers quite rightly mentions Matthew Knight is back at the table in the plate final, but there are a couple of balls all over, and Geoff has dropped his bollocks, which is lovely. One ball is skirted over towards Martin Smith, who is Martin's now holding the ball. I wonder if that's a tactical move for the end of the game, just to see if he can, because maybe Geoff will get to about 13-6, and then if there's only 7 balls in the tray, that could be key. Or Martin could come to the table and say, "Ha! I've got a ball for the 200 to win it." Maybe this could be new billiards. He's even giving it a polish. He's giving the ball a nice little clean there in what looks like quite an old hanky, which is lovely. It's given. We could get Stuart Mepham's ball cleaner out. Was that utilised before this tournament?
Stuart Mepham's ball cleaner was utilised on both days, and I have to say the balls were very clean at the end of it.
Which balls was he cleaning?
I can't possibly comment on which balls were cleaned, but the balls were very clean at the end.
Excellent. That's maybe. I mean, we've not got any more. I don't know what the nickname for Martin Smith is, but maybe Stuart Balls Cleaned Mepham is one for the books. As we've got Nigel is slowly moving back into the arena. He's comes back to the site of Geoff Jukes, still at the table, as Geoff just gently puts the one up in. Bob Hall has just asked what the score is. Well, Martin Smith had a break of exactly 14,000, complete run out, including the 100 hole. Jeffrey is chasing. His break is over 6k now. I haven't actually got a timer going. I don't know if Stuart's got a timer going. His timer says it's 7:52, which is correct, but it's not particularly relevant to what is happening on the table. But I think it's fair to say I would say at this pace, Geoff is probably on about 15k pace, roughly. So it's a case of just keep on going, keep on plodding away. Well, Matt Knight is. Oh, he's had a little look over towards the commentary box there. I think as Matt Knight is apparently there's a couple of grand difference over there. Does the Mepham know what Liam's opening break was?
4 and a bit.
4 and a bit. After a 5.4 deficit, so it's all in Matt's hands. He is back on the break, but pretty much the advantage has been wiped out over there. And we've got another comment from Lynn. Yes, I'm sure he will be cranky if he doesn't get over the line, but I think Geoff can be proud of himself either way. Whatever happens here, he's going along very nicely. His break is ticked over to 7k, and he keeps tootling along. And another 100 split goes nicely as Geoff just keeps plodding as he does. I've always said about Geoff, one of the best kind of closing game players there is. I think I always describe the brilliant Mark James as Geoff Jukes on steroids. He's got that little bit extra than Geoff, but Geoff is so similar in that he just never seems to give up. He doesn't know how to give up. He will keep fighting, and he may not have the biggest scoring power, but you give him a sniff and he is so good. I'm sure I've probably put the curse on him there, so I apologise for that in advance, Geoff. But he's going along beautifully, and the 100 split goes, which means I I can say that the curse hasn't struck white yet. The crowd is. We've got Mickey Fairs has come in from the bar to have a watch of the final. Matt Knight continues to plod away as it looks like he's going to be crowned the Sussex Open plate champion. It's exciting. Alan Brackenridge has got a pint of nothing in his hand. He looks relatively satisfied, but he has got nothing in the pint. I think maybe he's waiting for it to be filled up by someone. There's a couple of little chuckles from the Sussex contingent. They appear to be looking over towards Matthew Knight, who is off the table. Matthew Knight is off the table. I don't know whether that was a deliberate coming off the table or not. But Liam's just got one more ball to clear now over in the plate final. I don't know what the difference is. Yeah, Mr. Jones Senior is coming our way to inform us what the situation is. Liam, can he get the balls back here? Oh, almost. Dave Jones is kind of meandering his way across the commentary box as Liam almost gets the balls back again. What's the situation?
He was 5.5 down after the first game. He went off with 4-6, broke down. Matt then put 3-7 on, but Liam's now got the balls back. Basically got to play the table out.
So 5k to win the plate in it. It's 13 minutes got, yeah, so it's K a minute stuff basically.
Play the table out and he's got a chance.
Yeah, absolutely. So you've heard it here. Liam Jones is in with a chance in the Sussex Open plate final, but it just looks like the break is starting to get a bit tricky. The white has just whipped out, but a wonderful little 2-ball shot in the 50. One of these where you just clip the object ball directly and then the cue ball follows in off one cushion just as the object ball disappears. He's got a good chance. It's Liam. Matt is looking a little nervous. Oh, and Geoff's just gone beyond. He's on, I think that's 10k. Geoff is on, so he's about 4 behind. Can he go over the 50? He can't. Oh, and he's off. Geoff is off. The break is 10,360. Martin Smith has had to go a long way to get his cue. Can he retrieve the balls? Yes, it has. I think Martin has given the other ball back. But this is just a wonderful shot there from Martin. One more good shot, and a second Open title awaits. A little rueful smile from Geoff. As Martin, the 50 goes. Is it just going to catch the 30? It has. Brilliant clear under pressure from Martin Smith, and the game is now at his mercy. I don't know what the time is, but it's probably a case of 2 splits and the Sussex Open title for Martin Smith. Geoff has gone back to his chair. I think he's almost slightly ruefully, but it has been a wonderful effort. We could get. We're trying to get Fairs in, but Fairs Joe. With Joe, I'm scared.
Don't go in the toilet and don't go in trap 1.
Excellent. Well, it's always lovely to have Joe Oakley on the live stream. There's the sort of tactful and gracefulness about the words that come out of Joe's mouth in all situations. And so Smithy, now the break goes past 1,000. That is almost certainly going to be it. The break for Martin was 14,000. And Geoff got within 4. His return was 10.36, but he just came off. And Martin is just going to tick along. He'll probably play it to the bar, I would have thought. Now he'll just keep going, try and enjoy that moment where you know you were champion, and you can just roll the balls in. We'll know when the bar's close, of course, because the plate final will come to an end. Liam has been off, and he's definitely struggling with the right hand 50 now as it's whipping in and out. So I don't think he's going to be able to catch anymore. But he really has made an excellent effort. Matt, of course, the England player, 5.4k up, very first national final for Liam. He's got so much talent, this Liam. He's been a brilliant player in Redhill, and sometimes in the Redhill competitions, he's not quite got over the line when really he's been the better player. But I think he can be really proud of his run today. Excellent run in the Sussex Open plate. He is back on the break, but as I said, I don't think he's going to have time anymore. Smithy, though, ticking along. He looks very happy. We can maybe we can go over to the defending champ, who is, well, he's still champion, but for merely a few minutes.
Another 2 minutes, yeah.
What have you thought? Because I think it's probably almost over here. What have you thought of this one?
And Smithy's played brilliantly, so well done to him. He was brilliant in the last match and the match before. So
he really just kind of grinded it out, hasn't he? He's found a way to stay on the table. I think that 14k, despite obviously it being a relatively low run out for a final, the way he just kept sticking at it, especially off the first 2 break shots.
$2,000 was very ropey, I think it's fair to say. But then put the score on the board. Geoff looked good, but one thick split, that's all it took. And, I think it's over now.
Yeah, indeed. The senior man has called it. I think it's over now. Well, Smithy just whips that out. I don't think it's going to matter. He has got 3k on the board, so Geoff would need 7. So unless it was some sort of remarkable peg, I think we can say it's almost certainly over. Joe Oakley's gone to the bar and bought himself a couple of G&Ts, which is lovely. He might have bought one for the guy in the commentary box. As Smithy comes off, and the handshake is offered. Your champion for 2026, Sussex Open champion, the wonderful rock star, Martin Smith. And there's a little conversation ongoing, as is traditional. Little debrief.
This could go on for a long time. This conversation. It's quite nice. Actually.
Joe, could you paraphrase what was said there? Could you go through that conversation?
What, this conversation?
The one between Geoff and Martin there. What do you think was said?
Jesus Christ! How long you got?
I don't think it was Jesus Christ.
No, it probably wasn't. He's a superstar.
He said he's a superstar. The 2 teammates bigging each other up.
Yeah. The good news is I got a lift with Martin yesterday and brought back a bloody big trophy. Today we picked Smithy up, and what's he come back with? A trophy.
There's something about the car, isn't it?
No, it's still not. No.
According to Ian Lelliott, the 2 is not enough for a multiple Open winner. But yes, Joe concurs with me that two is indeed multiple. It does take 2 to tango. Me and Joe are tangoing away. What a brilliant final. That was fantastic. Hopefully we'll get a little word with the rockstar, but maybe let's have a little word with the scorer first. John Slee scoring in your fluorescent orange there. What do you think of a quite magnificent final?
It was an absolutely magnificent final. Could have been just 2 breaks, 1 break each. Martin struggled to start, but then got a brilliant 14-game play out. Geoff on target with 10-3-6. Unlucky to break down on the split. Martin recovered them and done enough. But a great final, yeah.
Yeah, it was wonderful, wasn't it? And it wonderfully scored as ever by the mighty Slee.
Too many decisions to make. No.
It's rare that you see a perfect 14k exactly. There's something pleasing about that.
Absolutely spot on. Yeah. Beautifully.
Beautiful indeed. And you can see the mighty Gene Brackenridge starting to clear the table. I think there was a victory in the plate for Matt Knight. There are handshakes all round. I'm sure we'll get some scores in a minute. But yeah, so the little rundown again. A wonderful 14,000 play out for the great. Oh, we've got Matthew Knight. Look at him, he's running around with gay abandon.
Very gay. Martin Smith won, didn't he?
Martin Smith did.
Well done, Smithy, and well done, Geoff Jukes, who beat me in the very first game of the day. And we've both managed to get to the final.
Yeah, it's funny how often that happens. It seems to be you have one superstar match and both players go a long way.
Liam Jones, he had a superb day, played very well all day. You want a few words from Liam?
Liam's words are, I don't want to have any words, which is all right. That's an acceptable amount of words. We've had some
too many.
We've had words with Dave. Dave has been contributing. Mum, your mum's here. Where's your mum?
Fortunately not. Fortunately, Liam's mum is here and not mine.
Oh, I did wonder. I did wonder why you kept calling people mum.
We want to know why is Mark Nash not here? That's what we want to know. Why is Mark Nash not here?
It's a good question. Liam says it's a great shame that Mark Nash isn't here, and that he really did wish that Mark was there to watch him absolutely fly. We'll see if we can get a little word with Geoff in a moment. He's just having a chat with Caroline, and I'm sure we'll try and get a word with the champion as well, as the tables are starting to be taken down. Of course, Matthew Knight's having a little word with Martin Smith as well, which is excellent. We'll see. Can we have a little word with our wonderful runner-up, the Surrey man, Geoff Jukes? How did you find that? It was a great opener for Martin to keep going, and you look so good.
I was really happy. I got up to 10 grand, and 12 minutes gone, and I only needed another 4 with 6 minutes left, but I just caught that last split too fat, and the red went behind the 50, and I couldn't get the clear. So that was me off.
Yeah, it's brutal sometimes. One mistake and that can be it. But what's your proudest moment of a brilliant run today? Beating a 2-time world champion in the semi-final. That's not bad, is it?
I think the best bit today was on that table 7, which was horrible, and I was playing it left-handed all the way through.
You are left-handed.
Yeah, but I was playing a break left-handed. But it was the way to play that table. That was the best probably I played all day today.
That's excellent. Well done, Geoff. A fantastic run. I believe that's a second Open final off the charity singles in '92, which you won.
Singles '94 and
'94.
That's a long time since I got to the final again. Yeah.
We were excited. I was trying to work out whether there was one in between, but I think it might have just been that. Nigel Senior on his records has you as a runner-up in another Open, but
Perhaps I did then, but I can't remember. I did manage to reach the All England singles final 3 times and lost all 3.
Yeah, we'll gloss over that. There's time for that. When you win the Redhill single for the 9th and 10th and 11th time, you'll get a few more opportunities at that.
No, I think I'm pretty good for 8. The body's getting older.
You've done very well indeed. Well, massive congratulations and thank you, Geoff, for a wonderful run to the Sussex Open final.
Thank you very much.
Excellent, wonderful words there from the mighty Geoff Jukes. Jean Brackenridge is lurking. She asked me if Anita Blackman has gone, and the answer is yes. But I'm sure I can take a trophy, and maybe there's money, maybe there isn't money. We'll find out in due course. We might even get a word with the champion somewhere. I don't know where Martin Smith. He's having a word.
World champion.
It depends if the 2-time world champion wants a word. We did get a word with his lovely brother Pete. Who? Pete.
Oh no, I don't know him.
No, it doesn't know Pete. We'll see if we can get a word with champion. I don't know, maybe he's gone to get a drink. Might well have gone to get a drink. We'll have a look. I do now have a trophy for Anita as well, which is wonderful. I wonder if actually maybe we can get a little word from the organiser while we're waiting for Smithy. Stuart, what a fantastic Open this has been. Any words to sum up how this tournament has gone?
I just want to. Well, Jean says thank God it's over, so we'll go with that. But no, I just want to thank all the players for making it a fantastic Open. Everyone who turns up, everyone who was here to set up the tables, everyone who's taking them down now, everyone who helped score and go through. So it's a fantastic day, some great play, and congratulations to Martin and Geoff making the final, Matt Knight and Liam Jones, first national final in the plate, played really well. So yeah, been a great day and hopefully more to come.
Yeah, absolutely. Been nice to see some new faces. Well, different faces, not necessarily new. As we said, the Open Open champions, or the Open finalists, were both winners. Let's see if we can sneak a word with the rock star. Would the champion like to have a little word? What are your thoughts on a fantastic final, Martin?
Well, I did struggle on the top. I had numerous mistakes, but I managed to stay on there, and I think that's the key really to sort of success.
Absolutely.
Not coming off, and being lucky, according to Geoff, I thought played exceptionally well, and was unfortunate to make one mistake, but I was then lucky enough to punish him for that.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely, but we'll have a little bit more of a word with you after you've received your trophy, because we're getting told off. But we'll keep going. We'll listen to Stuart in the presentations. He's saying thanks to people. Maybe we can even turn it around so that we can see the presentations there. It's wonderful. Thanks to the bar staff, the venue, and everybody doing food. It's also a big thank you, as he was saying to us earlier, big thank you to everybody who turned up, made it an excellent day. And the presentation ongoing now. Firstly, the ladies' high break, 6,280 break to Anita Blackman, of course a Surrey representative herself. As we mentioned, the high break of the tournament is now being talked about. Paul Sainsbury with 18,710 as he comes up to receive his prize. You can see John Slee might be right in the middle of the live stream, which of course is highly unusual of Sleazy. He's never in the way of anything. We go on to the plate next. Congratulations from Stuart, and he says first national final for the wonderful Surrey man Liam Jones here, coming to collect his trophy. A large round of applause, a massive grin of appreciation from Dave. He looks absolutely delighted as Matt Knight walks through. Well, we're not going to be able to see anything, are we? Because people are just right in front of the live stream. But there we go. Such is life. Such is life. As Crystal wanders past the live stream as well with an empty plate and a Coke can. Very excitingly, nice little smile there from Liam as he receives a trophy and a small amount of money that can pay for all the. That Liam can make a living, apparently. Don't tell the taxman. And we've got Silent Night, the plate winner. I think it's a shame we didn't manage to see a bit of the plate as well, because it looked like an excellent final. Five and a bit lead after that first, and Liam really closed it up and almost got over the line at the end. But Matt, fantastically, as he does a little fist bump for the camera. And Rick Cunningham coming nicely into screen there. I hope you can't read his lips, because that was frankly foul language from the Cunningham. And we're going through the main semi-finalists now. Brilliant run from Paul Sainsbury, who of course was taken out by the great Geoff Jukes. And the other semi-finals, Bob Hall, who's already gone home. He's been part of the live stream, in fact. And now we're going to give a great big round of applause for the wonderful Geoff Jukes, runner-up at the Sussex Open 2026. As I say, I've been saying 92 the Charity Shield, but it was in fact 1994 when he won the Charity Shield. So it's only 32 years since that magnificent triumph. We're going over to the winner now. There's debate as to whether he's become a multiple Open winner or just a double Open winner. But the brilliant Martin Smith comes up to receive the quite fantastic Sussex Open trophy. Hopefully we can see it. Hopefully you can see past the figure of orange, the mighty Slee. Little pictures are being taken wonderfully. There's even some music going on in the background, which frankly can be taken down. Big Matthew Knight invites the crowd to make a lovely round of applause for the great organisation of Stuart Crothers, who's set up the Open. Absolutely brilliant. And Martin's got his trophy now. Maybe we can resume our conversation with the great Martin I wonder how does it feel now you've got that trophy in your hands. The senior has almost passed it over. He's lying back with a wee beer in hand.
I'm emotional, most definitely emotional. Yes. I've been playing for 40 years, and it takes a long time to sort of win things sometimes. And yeah,
absolutely. And it's what 5 years since the Northants, 4 years since the Northants title,
I think so, yeah.
And I don't know how this compares to that. Lovely commentary there from Joe.
And ruin the Jack Daniels with Coke. You said Coke? No, I said Jack Daniels.
It wasn't that Coke, Joe. He's an interesting. You'd have thought there would be grace from your fellow car mates.
But to be honest, I think a little bit of abuse. We're used to that, and we know we don't mean it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, a fantastic fight. As I say, how does that compare to Northants final? I didn't see that Northants final. In that one, you ran it out. You gave Geoff what was quite tricky target. It was kind of in his ball house, but you knew one mistake and it was yours for taking.
Absolutely, yes. I thought he played exceptionally well and wasn't actually, under any stress on the face of it. 14,000 wasn't really enough at Geoff's pace, even for Geoff to catch that. But yeah, one mistake, as we all know, and you don't often get a second chance. And in this occasion, I managed to make sure that you didn't get that second chance. So I'm absolutely over moon.
You snuffed it out brilliantly as well. It can be difficult when you're thinking, I might not get back to the table. When you just 2 shots, break was back. Yes. Matthew Knight is waving his money around, but you were just clinical.
On this occasion, absolutely.
On this occasion, well, that is all that matters. The 2-time Open champion, the rock star, Martin Smith. Congratulations, Martin. Massive congratulations. A wonderful performance there from our new Sussex Open champion. I can wander back into frame. Hopefully you've been listening. Thank you to everybody who has been listening in, watching, hopefully enjoying the live stream. It's been a pleasure to bring it along to you. No Surrey champion this time. Sadly for us, as a slight Redhill lean, we have 2 runners-up. We have the plate runner-up in Liam Jones. Of course, the Merson Village Club B player did win in Matthew Knight in plate. Geoff Jukes, brilliant runners-up performance in the main. And a massive congratulations to the mighty rock star Martin Smith. Until next time, we will see you again. Have a very good evening.